Yo, what up? It's been a hot minute, but I've got some thoughts that I've been having that I wanted to share. So first of all, had a great Christmas, enjoyable New Year, saved another couple of $1,000. My net worth is now positive 26,000 ish, which is great news. And I've started a new job, which pays me 90,000 a year pre-tax. So that's really exciting, good stuff. Go team, we're back on the grind. But one thing that I've realized, if my tax returns are to be believed, is that I'm on track this month to receive my 100,000th dollar of lifetime earnings post tax, which is exciting for me because I've always wanted to achieve 100,000 a year, and this year I will have achieved my first $100,000, 100,000th post tax dollar. Blech. So that's exciting. Very good news. And the reason that I bring it up is that even though I've been an adult for 5 years now, and I'm only just this year receiving my 100,000th post-tax dollar, it's only going to take me 2 years, excluding any other returns, for me to make my next 100,000th. And then, I'm assuming within those 2 years, I'll also get a promotion at this job, start making some sizable returns from business and all of that jazz. And so then hopefully that'll turn into 1 year per $100,000. And then, the business takes off, turns into 6 months per $100,000. Keep reinvesting in the business, turns into 3 months per $100,000. And you can see where this line of thinking goes. And the reason I bring it up is because I think that's a really good way to measure your progress and kind of where you're at in terms of the skill of making money. So, Alex Hormozy had a thing about look, the lowest amount of money that I could make in a year would be like 200 grand because I'd drive Uber during the days and strip during the nights. Crazy talk, and then he'd just, funnel the money back into business, try again. Crazy talk, but really interesting, because for him, 100 grand is on a 6 month cycle at like an absolute maximum. That is the bare maximum. But obviously, he made $100 million in a weekend fairly recently, which means, call it 100 hours, which is 4 days. He was making, golly gosh, $1 million an hour, so $100,000 every 6 minutes. So he's mastered it, If you can make 100 grand every 6 minutes, then obviously your lifestyle is going to be crazy different than someone who takes, like me, 5 years to make 100 grand, right? And so I think one of the goals for life in general is just shrinking that time gap. And that's one of the benefits to investing as well, as I see it. So the more money that you invest, the faster those cycles become, yada, 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 and then the more money that you have left over to invest, and then faster. And I think that's partly why there's that manga quote about the first $100,000 is a B word, because it is, and it's difficult, but you got to get there. And accounting for inflation, that's now $200,000, so adjust accordingly. But I think it's also a better goal to have to think about in terms of those cycle times instead of, I want to be a millionaire. Because I want to be a millionaire, right? You can go online, register a business, issue 1 million shares to yourself, and then say to one of your mates, hey, would you buy 1 share for $1? And then on paper, you're a millionaire. However, you don't really receive any benefits from that. Having, pick a number, could be 100 grand, could be 1 million, whatever's real for you. Having that as an income goal, and that income on a cycle time, and then just looking to reduce that cycle time, I think that's a much stronger measure of true wealth. Because asset values fluctuate all the time, but that cycle time, yes, it's going to fluctuate, but it'd make more sense to track those fluctuations as data points in a series rather than tracking your asset net worth as a data point in a series, like, yes, you can see that the number goes up and to the right. Very, very good. But when you do it with income, hopefully the number goes up and to the right. But also by reducing the downtime, the better that you get at making money, the faster that those data points accumulate. So, my goal for 2026, it's not really a goal per se, but it's how I'm thinking about my actions this year, is I want to gather the skills to make $100,000 post-tax every year on an annual basis. And then 2027, we're going to aim to get that down to 6 months, 3 months, and beyond until we get to that 100 million. So, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment with your thoughts if you agree or disagree. Or if you have any ideas for future videos, I'll be sure to reply. And take care, enjoy your year.